All right, let's talk about something that we all use every single second, but probably never actually think about: your computer's file system. I mean, it is the invisible architect behind everything you do. Your photos, your work, your games. It's the silent hero. So how on earth does it all work?
Seriously, have you ever just stopped and wondered about this? You've got, thousands, maybe tens of thousands of files on your computer, and you can just type a couple of words into search and bam! The exact file you need just pops up in less than a second. How? Well, it's not magic, I promise. It's an incredibly smart system, and that's exactly what we're going to dig into right now.
Okay, let's do a little thought experiment. Picture your hard drive with no file system at all. It would just be a giant messy pile of digital junk, a completely chaotic soup of ones and zeros. You could throw a file in there, sure, but good luck ever finding it again. It would be totally useless, just noise. You need something to bring order to all that chaos.
And that something is the file system. You know, the best way to think about it is like a hyper-organized digital librarian for your hard drive. Its entire job, its whole purpose is to tame that chaos. It gives every single piece of data a specific address, so it can be found in a snap.
So what does this digital librarian actually do? Well, it's got a few key responsibilities. First, it manages all the empty space, right? It's constantly keeping track of what parts of the drive are used and what's free. So when you save a new file, it knows exactly where to put it. Second, it creates that folder structure we all know and love, folders inside of folders. That's the hierarchical part. And last but not least, it handles all the little details, the metadata. We're talking stuff like who's allowed to open a file and the exact timestamp of when it was created or last edited. Super important stuff.
Now, not all librarians are the same, are they? A medical library is going to be organized way differently than a public kids library. It's the same deal with operating systems. Windows, Mac OS, and Linux, they all have their own priorities, so they each use their own specialized file system, their own unique librarian, built just for them.
And here are the specialists. On the Windows side, you've got NTFS. Think of it as the security guard. It's all about permissions and encryption. Then for Mac OS, there's the newer APFS. It's sleek, it's modern, built for speed and cool features like taking snapshots of your drive. And over in the Linux universe, you have the good old reliable XT4. It's an absolute tank, super robust, and can handle gigantic hard drives. Each one is perfectly tuned for its own world.
Okay, so this specialization is great until it's not. It leads to a problem that I am sure some of you have run into. What happens when you try to use a USB drive to move files between a Windows PC and a Mac? It's not always smooth sailing, is it?
And here's why. A Mac can see the files on a Windows NTFS drive, but it can't change or add anything to it without some extra help. And a Windows PC? It basically looks at a Mac APFS drive and has no idea what it's even looking at. They're literally speaking different languages. We need a universal translator.
And here it is, the hero of our story, exFAT. This file system was basically invented to solve this exact problem. It's made for things like USB drives and SD cards. And the beautiful part is, both Windows and macOS can read from it and write to it, no problem. It's the perfect go-between, the universal translator that lets everyone's devices talk to each other.
All right, let's switch gears for a second and talk about something a little more dramatic: protection. Picture this. You're saving a super important file, your final paper, a big work project, and boom, the power goes out. That heart-stopping moment, right? Is your file just gone? Is it a garbled mess?
Well, thanks to a feature called journaling, you're probably okay. And this was an absolute game changer. See, in the old days, a power cut during a save could totally wreck your file. But journaling is clever. Before the file system makes any change, it first writes down what it's about to do in a little log, a journal. It's like making a note. Okay, I'm going to move this piece of data from A to B. Then it does the move. If the power dies mid-action, no big deal. When the computer boots back up, it just reads the journal, sees the unfinished note, and either finishes the job or safely undoes it. Your file stays intact. It's brilliant.
And that's the key takeaway here. Journaling is like a safety net for your data. By writing down the plan before it acts, the file system makes sure a random crash can't destroy your precious files. It's like an instant replay for your data. And it's what makes our computers so incredibly reliable today compared to how they used to be.
So when you really step back and think about it, your file system is this incredible, tireless worker. Every single second, it's organizing, translating, and protecting your data, all without you ever seeing it. It truly is the unsung hero of your entire digital life.
And that really brings us to a final big question.
Our data is more important than ever, right? It's our memories, our work, our entire digital lives. So as we generate more and more of it, how are these invisible architects going to keep up? What will the file systems of the future look like to keep all that data safe and accessible? It's definitely something to think about.